Los Angeles Lakers fans, buckle up, because the latest news surrounding Austin Reaves could completely reshape the future of the purple and gold. A shocking trade proposal is circulating in the NBA world, one that links Reaves to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for center Nick Claxton, a 2027 first-round pick, and a 2029 first-round pick swap. The idea immediately sent shockwaves across Lakers Nation, because Reaves is not just any role player. He's a fan favorite, a hard worker, and someone many see as a long-term piece of this franchise. But as much as Lakers supporters adore him, the financial reality of the NBA makes things far more complicated. Reaves is currently on a 4-year, $53.8 million deal that runs through 2026, yet he holds a player option, which means he could test free agency sooner rather than later. And considering he already turned down a massive $89 million extension offer from Los Angeles, signs point toward him chasing an even bigger payday, possibly one that could surpass $100 million. The proposal, originally floated by Thomas Corelli of Sports Illustrated, argues that the Lakers should at least consider moving Reaves now while his value is sky high. According to the mock trade scenario, Reaves and guard Gabe Vincent would head to Brooklyn, while Los Angeles secures Claxton, one of the league's most promising young defensive centers. Standing 6'11", Claxton has quickly built a reputation as a rim protector, averaging elite block numbers while showing improvement offensively. Corelli explained that the Lakers could gain not only a defensive anchor, but also valuable future assets, something they'll desperately need when LeBron James eventually retires. On paper, it makes sense. Claxton is under a 4-year, $97 million contract with the Nets through the 2027-28 season, which gives Los Angeles cost certainty, while draft picks help prepare for the inevitable post-LeBron era. But here's the dilemma. The Lakers already added DeAndre Ayton this offseason, making Claxton somewhat redundant at the center spot. What this team truly lacks is consistent perimeter shooting, especially with Luka Doncic and LeBron James needing floor spacers around them. Reaves, while not an elite three-point sniper, provides exactly that spacing and offensive versatility. He averaged nearly 38% from deep while also creating off the dribble, a skill set that Claxton cannot replace. For that reason, many within the organization see keeping Reaves as more valuable than stacking another big man on the roster. Fans, too, have been vocal on social media, arguing that trading Reaves, especially after he expressed his love for Los Angeles, the fans, and the lifestyle, would be a mistake that could backfire down the road. Reaves himself has made it clear he's blocking out the noise. In a recent interview with K8 News, he emphasized his commitment. "I love it here. I love the fans. I love the weather, and obviously the Lakers are the best organization in basketball. I don't pay attention to trade rumors. I keep my head down and focus on my work." His words reassured the fan base, but they don't change the fact that Los Angeles will soon face a tough decision. Extend him on a massive deal, risk losing him for nothing in free agency, or trade him now for a package they believe strengthens the team both in the short and long term. Still, the verdict around the league is leaning toward the Lakers holding on to Reaves. His shooting and ball handling are vital next to LeBron and Luka, while Claxton's skill set, though valuable, overlaps too much with Ayton's presence in the paint. Unless Rob Pelinka sees a more balanced deal on the table, expect Reaves to stay put, at least for now. But make no mistake, his future remains one of the most important storylines to follow this season. And speaking of Reaves's future, it just so happens that his name is once again being tied to another massive rumor, the possibility of a blockbuster trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Could Reaves actually become the centerpiece of a deal that lands the Lakers one of the best players in the world? That's the next storyline shaking up the league. If Lakers fans thought the Nick Claxton rumors were shocking, the next wave of speculation is even bigger. Around the NBA, insiders are buzzing with the idea that Austin Reaves could be the surefire trade chip if Los Angeles makes a move for none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, the 2-time MVP, 9-time All-NBA forward, and one of the most dominant forces the league has ever seen. The whispers began when analysts pointed out that if the Bucks and Lakers were to ever sit down at the negotiating table, deal, Milwaukee's first demand would almost certainly be Reeves. That's because he represents the perfect blend of youth, production, and contract value, an asset that Milwaukee could build around while parting ways with their superstar. For Lakers Nation, it's a gut punch to even imagine, but the idea is real, and it's gaining traction. The timing of these rumors is especially interesting. Giannis can opt out and become a free agent as early as 2027. The same year, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka has been carefully clearing cap space to potentially chase not just Giannis, but also Nikola Jokic, who shares the same free agency timeline. Until then, the Lakers could theoretically stay patient. But in today's NBA, patience rarely pays off, especially when superstars grow frustrated with their situations. The Bucks front office, led by John Horst, has made questionable decisions in recent years, most notably the massive gamble on Damian Lillard, which backfired when Milwaukee waived him despite owing more than $112 million over the next 5 seasons. That move crippled their financial flexibility and further strained their ability to keep Giannis happy. Add to that a string of poor draft choices, and suddenly the Bucks look like a franchise vulnerable to losing their cornerstone. For the Lakers, this presents an opening, but it comes with a heavy price. Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points recently explained on the Lakers Lounge podcast that Milwaukee's first request in any potential deal would be Reeves, and from there, negotiations would only grow more complicated. Los Angeles could dangle their 2031 first-round pick, a 2032 second-rounder, and multiple pick swaps in 2026, 2028, 2030, and 2032. Add to that the 2024 rookie Dalton Knecht and some expiring contracts, and suddenly the framework of a package begins to form. But here's the dilemma. While those assets are decent, they pale in comparison to what other teams could offer in terms of draft capital. The Lakers would essentially be banking on the allure of Los Angeles, the draw of playing with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and the immediate chance for Giannis to compete for titles. So where does that leave Reeves? His fit in Los Angeles has been both a blessing and a challenge. Playing alongside LeBron and Luka, all three stars need the ball in their hands, which has sometimes created defensive and spacing issues. None of the three are lockdown defenders, which has led to stretches of inconsistent team defense. At just 26 years old, however, Reeves has proven he can produce at an all-star level when given the opportunity. Last season, across 73 games, he averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds, while shooting an impressive 46% from the field, 37% from three, and nearly 88% from the free throw line. Those numbers prove he's more than just a role player. He's someone who could thrive as a lead option in a new environment. The question is whether the Lakers are willing to sacrifice him in pursuit of a generational talent like Giannis. Fans are divided. Some argue that if the Lakers can pair Giannis with LeBron and Luka, it would create the most unstoppable trio in NBA history. Others believe trading Reeves would strip away the team's depth and balance, especially since Giannis's arrival would force even more adjustments in spacing and play style. For now, this remains in the realm of speculation, but one thing is clear. Reeves's name will continue to surface in blockbuster trade discussions as long as his value remains this high. And while Lakers Nation debates the pros and cons of chasing Giannis, the front office is already dealing with another challenge. They've officially missed out on a big man target in the buyout market, leaving them scrambling to address their frontcourt depth. That brings us straight into the next storyline shaking up Los Angeles. Just when Lakers fans thought the front office might sneak in another big reinforcement for the roster, reality struck. Nikola Vucevic, the veteran center and two-time All-Star, is off the table. For weeks, rumors swirled that Vucevic could become available via buyout after another disappointing season with the Chicago Bulls, sparking hope in Los Angeles that he could provide size, shooting, and experience for a playoff run. At 34 years old, the 6'10" big man seemed like the perfect addition, an inside presence who can rebound, stretch the floor, and relieve some of the pressure from DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. But those hopes were officially shut down when Vucevic himself confirmed he is staying in Chicago, killing any chance of him donning the purple and gold this season. The rumors weren't baseless. Following another frustrating year for the Bulls, capped by a play-in tournament exit, many speculated the franchise might cut ties with its veterans to reset the roster. Vucevic's name instantly popped up in Lakers circles, especially since he had made it clear in past interviews that he wants to compete for championships at this stage of his career. That ambition naturally pointed him toward Los Angeles, a team hungry for front front court depth and always looking to add playoff-tested talent. Yet, in an exclusive with BasketUSA.com, Vucevic explained that Bulls GM Mark Eversley personally called him to assure him that none of the buyout chatter was true. A week ago, the GM called me and confirmed that none of that was happening. I already knew it, but it's always good to hear directly, Vucevic said, adding that he's fully committed to starting training camp in Chicago. For the Lakers, missing out on Vucevic stings because his fit was almost too good to be true. Even with Ayton's arrival this offseason, analysts like ESPN's Dave McMenamin have pointed out the team's lack of front court depth and rim protection. Until proven otherwise, the Lakers are thin in the paint, McMenamin noted. Vucevic's game could have solved that. Last season, he averaged 18.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, and shot over 40% from beyond the arc, making him a true stretch five, something this Lakers roster doesn't currently have. Pairing that with his playoff experience and his connection to agent Bill Duffy, who also represents Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton, only fueled speculation that a deal could have come together seamlessly. But Vucevic wanted to set the record straight. There are always rumors, and most of them are false. This buyout story was misinterpreted in Europe. Since I can't control that, I'd rather not worry about it, he said. Still, he left the door open slightly, reiterating his desire to play for a contender. I'd like to be part of a team with championship ambitions. That comment keeps Lakers fans dreaming because while he may not be available now, situations can change quickly in the NBA. If the Bulls stumble again and decide to retool mid-season, his name could resurface as a buyout or trade option. For now, though, Los Angeles must look elsewhere. With LeBron James entering his age 40 season and Luka Doncic adjusting to life under the Hollywood spotlight, the Lakers cannot afford to waste time or opportunities to bolster their roster. Vucevic may not be joining the squad this year, but his profile highlights exactly what the team is still lacking: size, shooting, and playoff-tested depth in the paint. Whether it's through the trade deadline, another buyout option, or creative roster moves, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office will need to find solutions fast if they want to maximize this championship window. Because in a Western Conference that's more competitive than ever, standing still is not an option, and the Lakers know their fans are demanding answers.
With all these